Okay, so this week is going to be a little bit of an easy week. We're only going to be doing two sections, 16.1 and 16.2. We're going to do 16.1 today, and then we're going to have a review, and then 16.2 on Wednesday. So we're going to do area and circumference of circles. So in 16.1, if I was going to be teaching this in class, we would justify the area of a circle, or circumference, by talking about how a circle is just a polygon with an infinite number of sides. And if we take a 5-sided figure and then turn it into 6 and then 7, the more sides we add, the more circular it becomes. So if we could find out a formula that'll allow us to turn our polygon into a circle by saying there's an infinite number of sides, then we could say we'd get the circumference of a circle. However, we don't have time for that, but that's where it comes from. The circumference of a circle is 2 pi r, or circumference equals pi times diameter, where r is the radius and d is the diameter. So we're just going to use those as some examples. So we're going to apply the circumference formula. It says here that a Ferris wheel has a diameter of 40 feet. So we have a diameter of 40, and we want to find out what the circumference is. So all we need to do is say the circumference equals pi times 40, and then it says we should use 3.14 times pi. So we just do 3.14 times 40, and we will get 125.6 feet. Done. The next one here for B says a pottery wheel has a diameter of 2 feet. What is the circumference? The circumference equals 2 times pi times 2. Oh, but that would be the diameter, or 2, the radius. So we're going to say the radius is 1 here, so we're going to end up putting 1 here. And 2 times pi. 6.28 inches. For number 3 here, it says, suppose we double the radius of a circle. How does the circumference of the largest circle compare to the circumference of the smaller circle? So if I have some circle here, and then I double the radius, so I call this 2r, how do these circumferences compare to each other? So the first one is 2 pi r. The second one is 2 pi times 2r. If I multiply this second one out, we get 4 pi r. So it looks like if I take my 2 pi r and I turn it into 4 pi r, then this one is 2 times as big, which means that if I double the radius, I am doubling the circumference. And why don't you go ahead and do number 4 and 5. We're going to say, I'm going to pause right now to give you some time to do these two. So you can see them. Okay, so we are back here. The circumference of a tree is 20 feet, so the circumference is 20. We want to figure out what the diameter is. We're going to use pi as 3.14. 20 equals pi times diameter, so just divide 20 by 3.14. It says the circumference of a circular fountain is 32. What is the diameter? Once again, we just take 32 divided by 3.14. And that's how we're going to use the circumference. So in the homework problems, you're either going to be solving for the circumference, or you're going to be solving for the radius or the diameter. The last part of this section is talking about the area. So once again, if we had time in class, I'd be describing about where the area formula comes from. It comes from an infinite number-sided polygon. So a circle is just a polygon with an infinite number of sides, and the area is pi r squared. So we're going to use that formula in a couple of examples. It says a rectangular piece of cloth is 3 feet by 6 feet. So this is R6 and this is R3. What is the area of the largest circle that can be cut from the cloth? We have a maximum diameter of 3. So that means that 3 feet We want to figure out how many inches that is. Well, it says that it's 36, so 36 inches is the diameter. If we divide that by 2, we get 18 inches is the radius. So we do area equals pi 18 squared. And that's where those numbers come from. It says here in B that we have a slice of pizza. It measures 9 inches in length. So here is our pizza. Here is our 9 inches in length. It doesn't matter which one we call. We'll do say this one's 9 inches. What is the area of the entire pizza? Well, area equals pi 9 squared. So we could say 81 pi. However, that doesn't mean anything in terms of our real life measurements. So we'll do 81 times pi, and we get 254 inches squared. Oh yeah, the one thing I want to mention between area and circumference is we want to write down our units for area as squared, and our circumference is just distance, so that's just going to be our units. The last problem we have here is a circular swimming pool that has a diameter of 18 feet. Here's our swimming pool. Here's our diameter of 18. We want to find out how much is going to cover the entire surface. So if our diameter is 18, our radius is 9, so we're going to say area equals pi 9 squared, and we just have the same problem as we had above, 254.46 feet squared. I actually realize right now that I'm getting a different answer because I'm using than you might be getting right now, because I'm using pi in my calculator as opposed to it says use 3.14 in your calculator. I don't really care which one you use. It's not a big deal. Since we did the doubling the radius for our circumference, now we're going to talk about doubling the radius for our area. How do these compare to each other? So if we say our area equals pi r squared versus area equals 2r squared, 2r, because this one has our radius doubled. If we square this, we're actually going to get 4, so this becomes 4 pi r squared. And if we double our radius, then our area is going to quadruple, whereas our circumference is only going to double. And that is it. So your assignment for tonight, not too many problems. I'll see you guys later on today.